What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And today we're going to be doing a live trading session. I'm already in a few positions right now, as you can see, and I wasn't sure if I was going to go live, but I decided to, and here we are. So I, especially for ES and MNQ, expected us to be bearish, and I think I talked about that um, in our weekly analysis, and it's playing out quite nicely. Although I was looking at gold this morning and trading off of this right here. And I'm going to be breaking that down pretty soon after I manage these positions. So right now, this account is at 52.1. We just gained some on it. I think I'm going to take off one more contract and just let this one ride if it wants to ride. Because I had in mind that we were going to be super bearish, but I was thinking about MNQ the entire time. So that is why I was bearish at that moment, as well as just looking at the what was going on. So this is the other position that I took on ES. Kind of definitely a late entry. I wanted to take a sell once we broke through here, but I was not paying attention to ES at that moment. So if you go to the 1 hour, you can see that there is a 1 hour low right here. And once that low was broken, that would have been my entry for this trade. And my stop loss would have been at the high, and we would have been already at a 1-to-1. But I do anticipate us going all the way down here, and I anticipate that, so that's why I ended up just entering late off of here. Now we do have some imbalance inside of this area as well that we could see some rejection off of, so there's that. But we're just gonna let it ride, let it rock, and see what happens. I did lock myself out of the Express account as well today, just because it's Monday and I did not expect the best price action. So, but I would say I didn't expect it, but I knew we could just have a good push because, like I said in the weekly analysis, on the weekly time frame, we have this. There's an imbalance inside of here that I want to see us tap into. You don't see it on what is this, Top Step. Actually, there is a small imbalance on Top Step too. So I want to see us come back into here sometime this week before we end up possibly pushing back to the upside, taking the all-time highs. So let me, like I said, manage the positions. Let's go to this. Let's see if there's like a high we can put our stop loss at. There's probably like a 2 minute or a 1 minute. I'm going to put it above this 2 minute high and see if that holds on the push down, because I think we could end up coming back up and then rejecting lower. But the draw on liquidity, in my opinion, should be pretty strong to the downside at the moment. So we have this in play, and now let's check on the main account that we're trying to see if we can pass. I don't know if we're going to pass it today. We got to have a pretty huge push, and I only have one contract left now, so don't expect that. But we're just seeing how this plays out now, and I'll break it down further in a few minutes after managing the positions. We do have some winnings on here as well. That puts us at almost at a 3.4, which would make us need about 600 left. This is now the 1 minute time frame pulling back. That was a 1 minute low. So we were traveling up like this, and then we had the break to the downside. So I kind of want to see if this will hold and then push us down further again. But we're already at break even on this, so we're gonna let that rock. We could extend it up here. That would put us at 28, but we're gonna stick with our rules and set it at a clear and clean break even. So that is on MGC. Let's see if we have anything on MGC on here. We do. That puts us at 1,000. And then we also have something on ES with this as well. I need to set up some notifications on ES just to make sure I'm keeping track of it. Okay. All right, got notifications in on ES. Need to put some in on gold. And now we are all set. So I'm gonna break this down now, at least for gold anyways. So right now, essentially we had this 1 hour break to the downside over here, which I labeled as a 1 hour break of structure. And I wanted to see a reaction coming somewhere out of this top half of this strong push to the downside. So anywhere in this area, I was looking to see some selling pressure come back into the market. Now, right here, we get a realignment, which is what I was talking about on gold. Oh, I spelled that wrong for sure. And then also on like the 5 minute, you can see we started breaking lows as well. So this was my 5 minute high, 5 minute low, 5 minute high, and then we broke through this structure right here. So we may get a continuation to the downside, we may not, but that's where we're waiting on now. We have the break of this trend line. We have the retest of it now. We also have imbalance inside of that trend line break, which is a very good sign to seek some continuation. So I'm going to move the notification or the alert to this high. We got the alert on that low. And yeah, that's essentially the trade setup. We saw that we were kind of like moving choppy to the upside as well inside of here. And once we started breaking below here, that's when I took that position. But let's go back to the actual positions and see what we need to manage further. So this one I believe is on gold. No, it's not. Oh, that's the wrong one. MGC. We're gonna move it to, I'm thinking this high now. So we'll put it up 100 and let that rock. We'll put this one up 90, and we're gonna let that ride. This one also we're gonna put up, let's see, I feel like we should exit out of this one. Okay, we're gonna close that one. This one's at 52.4 now. This one is at 52.1. Let's make sure does this one have the ES positions? No. Okay. So only got the MGC. We're gonna now move that notification to this order block because that's where one of the stop losses are at, which is right there. We're on the 2 minute time frame, so it's a little bit higher up, but that'll still notify us if we're getting close. And then let's check on the positions right here, which should be good. Like, I think this is gonna hopefully do very well for the day. We'll take out one of those, maybe even two. Kind of want to take out two positions, to be honest. We can set this to break even. I do anticipate that this is gonna go down pretty heavy the rest of the day, so I think I'm gonna leave the two contracts on because I have strong conviction that we're going to go down pretty far in this push. What? Okay, so I have boom 150. So we need to put this at about 120. Check on this one. We'll put this at 130, 140. We're just trying to give it room to push to the downside. You know, a little bit of buffer room, essentially. I honestly think I want to take the profit though, and then I could just re-enter, but we're gonna just leave it alone. This one I'm gonna go ahead and lock it out. That's always the smartest thing to do if you think that you're good for the day. This one, MGC, looks like it's been taken out. Let's check this as well. MGC has been taken out. So now we're just looking at ES to continue to push on this account. That puts us at 51.2 on these accounts. I don't like the strong push, so I'm going to take out one more position. And that will be the last position remaining for the day on this account. And I think really it's just these two accounts left now that these two that are linked. This one I should already be out of everything. We're going to go ahead and lock that out. Not making any mistakes today. This one's at 52.1 now. And we're just waiting to see if this wants to hold. So just to do a little recap, excuse me. We did anticipate a rejection out of this zone because there's imbalance. But I don't expect a complete rejection from this zone. I don't expect us to now make higher highs or anything like that. I do expect a potentially strong reaction. But what could happen is we could just get a push up to then continue to push back down, and that would be a retracement. And that's why a lot of times you want to use these higher time frame imbalances as your profit zones, no matter how small. Now, even though this is small, that makes it not as significant, but there's still strength inside of this zone. But as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3 lows sitting there, which is all a ton of liquidity. We have another low sitting right under it, which is right here as well. So there's a ton of liquidity to the downside that we can target. So at the very least, if we do get a push back to the upside, we could see a continuation to the downside, just because I think that's the actual draw on liquidity. We have the realignment of the 1 hour time frame, and we have the 1 hour break of structure, which is down here. So yeah, that is the explanation of what's going on ES right now for me. Let's go to the 5 minute. There is a 5 minute imbalance inside of here. We want to see if that can hold to continue further down. 5 minute imbalance. And just because there's an imbalance in an area does not mean that it's going to reject. You want to wait for the lower time frame to confirm the rejection. There's also a 5-minute right here, which we're going to mark that out as well, 5-minute imbalance. And what I kind of want to do is put this above this 5-minute imbalance. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave my stop loss above the 5-minute imbalance. Usually I'll set it to break even, but it's safer just to put a $10 stop loss inside that 5-minute imbalance for a potential push and continuation all the way down here. Let's see what alerts are going off. The S&P. Okay, so now we got lower prices. And then I'll put this notification there. And then we'll go to gold, see if there's any notifications on there. Although we're now out of that gold position, so really we don't need the notifications. That's why I moved it a lot further away. So just recapping one more time. You can see we're pretty choppy. If you go to like the 4-hour or the daily, you'll kind of get a better understanding of what's going on. You can see inside of here, we swept a ton of liquidity, and now and then we ended up creating imbalance after that liquidity sweep inside of here. Imbalance inside of here, as well as this area right here. So that indicates that we swept the top side, and now we're heading to some type of internal liquidity. This is the 4-hour imbalance. Boom. We got a 4-hour imbalance, a 1-hour realignment right here. And realignment for me means that right here, you can see this was a 1-hour low that was broken with this wick. And then we started pushing back to the upside. And then we ended up breaking the low again inside of here. So that realigns us with this break of structure. And now I want to see this low get taken out. Now, if we look at it from a different perspective, how I normally do, we have our 1-hour break of structure, and then we can go down to the 5-minute or the 15-minute and wait for another break of structure. So I would go off of the 5-minute, and you can see the 5-minute is pretty much holding, or was holding. Then we get a breakdown, a break up, and then ultimately we get that breakdown right here in that flush, and that would have been the first possible trade of the day, which would have looked something probably like this, which at the moment you can see gave us a 4R. But I was not looking at the chart on ES during this time. I was looking at gold, thinking about ES. And that's why I was so ready to take sales on gold. Alrighty. So we can just look and observe the accounts. This one minus 740. Pure psychology. I've been messing up psychologically on this account, not putting my stop losses in the safest place because I was trying to risk less, and that was getting me stopped out before hitting TP. And the rest of the accounts are in decent standing, especially after today, obviously, because I'm winning. This one up 500. We're at 52.1 now. This one up 52.4. Got 166 off of this today. 600 to go to pass, but it is December, so I'm not expecting anything crazy. I linked these two accounts, 340 on this one. This one's at 52.1 now. Then this one's at 50.8. And yeah, like I said, I'm expecting us to push lower for the rest of the day to try and fill in this weekly imbalance zone that is right here. And that is going to be my full target. Let me extend this out. That's going to be my full target for the day. And I feel like we're pretty much going to hit that. I'm pretty sure we're going to hit that. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so I can help you become profitable. Don't forget to also check my description link where I have my Discord channel where you can learn my strategy from me directly and see how I manage to profit from the market. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Love you guys. Peace.